Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this lovely rice milk soup. If today is your first time coming across my channel, please subscribe. If you have already subscribed, hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you'll be among the first people to receive it. So this soup is very organic, it's very nice. When you use it, it brightens your skin and makes your skin glows. This soap is made from rice milk. Watch till the end and see how I make this wonderful soap. A soap that you can use for your personal needs and you can also sell to get some income. To make this milk soup, you need your organic rice that has not been polished, so that is locally grown rice. You wash it to get off every dirt from it. I washed it twice so that all the particles and then the dust clean out. So after washing it, you soak it in water for about 3 to 5 hours and then you blend it. After blending it, then you sieve it with a cheesecloth. Wash the blended rice a couple of times to get enough rice milk like I did. The chaff that is left after sieving, do not discard it. You can use it for another production. I'm going to use it for my other production. Watch out for it soon. My water here is very hard, so I usually add EDTA to help balance the pH. For your organic chemicals, contact the Kushia Soap Clinic. Soak your booster rice inside water, stir and help it to dissolve. Then you set it aside. It will be used later on in the production. Now let's begin. So you first measure your bowl on a scale and then you put in your Texapon, that is your soap base. I'm using 200 grams of Texapon, and then I added my salt, which is equally 200 grams. After adding my salt, I added my thickener powder of 40 grams, and then I added my 5 grams of preservative, that is the sodium benzoate. After which mix it till it turns creamy. So here you're going to spend about 5 minutes to do this. Get time for your soap so that your soap will come out very lovely. So if you don't have a stirring machine, you use a spatula to help stir it. So after stirring it for about 5 minutes, you start fetching in your rice water, that is your rice milk. Okay. So fetch your rice milk a little at a time. If you want your soup to come out very nicely, you have to fetch the water in a little at a time. Don't fetch it in huge amounts, you just fetch it a little at a time, and you stir well. You stir about 2 minutes before you add the next cup of water. You keep on adding the rice milk in bits until the rice milk is fully added into the production. For your organic chemicals, contact Akushia Bedu Soap Clinic. She'll give you original and authentic chemicals. She has fragrances, all the things that you need for your soaps. She has packaging bottles as well. Contact her and she will sort you out. If you stay in one direction and you stay it well, your soap is not going to be lumpy. There is a machine that you can use for making soups, liquid soups like this. If stirring is the problem for you, you can get that machine. In my next production, I'll be using the mixing machine to do the production. So you keep on adding in the rice milk until it's fully added into the production. I'm taking my time to explain things in this video into details so that you understand it perfectly, and when you should do this at home, you're not going to have any problem. So after adding in all your rice milk, then you start to add in your water. So the water too, you should be adding it a little at a time. So at this point, you see that your milk soup will begin to thicken. If there is less water in the production, your soup is watery, and if your water is too much in the production too, your soup becomes watery. So always balance your soup. So here I added in 60 grams of thickener liquid and then 60 grams of booster liquid as well. I want my soup to foam very well. That's why I added the booster powder and then booster liquid. Also, I want it to have a very thick or nice consistency. That's why I added thickener liquid and then thickener powder at the same time. So after adding the thickener liquid and then the booster liquid, you add in more water. The total water we are using for this production is 5 liters. You can make up to 6 liters if you want your soup to be lighter than what I have here. But mind you, the more the water, you're going to lose the soapiness of it. Stir it. Stirring brings the soup to a very nice consistency. Adding in the water a little at a time prevents your soup from becoming watery. So here I then added my booster powder. That's the booster rice that I soaked at the onset of the production. So I added it in bits as well. After adding the booster rice, you see that there is bubbles forming around the basin that I'm using. I'll always use plastic bowls for your soup. If you should use metallic bowls for your soup, it's going to corrode because of the chemicals that we are using. So at this point, I added in my pearls, my vitamin E, and then my glycerin. I want user's skin, my customer's skin to look nice, so I added 5 ml vitamin E, 5 ml glycerin, and then 20 ml pearls. You know, pearls is very beneficial to the skin. If you add pearls to your production, it gives it a beautiful shine. So after adding pearls, you can see that the soap has started glittering. And I'm going to leave the benefits of pearls to your skin in the description box. So after adding your vitamin E, your glycerin and your pearls, add in a little bit of water to help dissolve it and mix well into the production. So after adding all these things, you can see that my soup has started bubbling. At this point, all my 5 liters has been used up in the production. If this is too thick for you, you can add in about 500 to 1 liter of water in bits like I did. This soap is very foamy, and if you use it, you're going to brighten your skin. I usually make this soap for my fair customers. So at this point, it's rice milk soup. You can add color or not, depending on how you want it, but I do add a little bit of color to help brighten the outlook of the soup. So with the color, you fetch a pinch of water, soluble color, and then you add in a little bit of water, dissolve it. Now, the next item is optional. This is Snow White. If you want your skin to glow at a faster rate, you can add about 2 to 5 grams of Snow White powder. You dissolve it in water and you add it to the production. The Snow White powder has a bleaching effect, so if you add a little into your production, it wouldn't cause any harm, but overusing it or abusing it is where the problem lies. So at this point, I'm adding in my fragrance. To add in the fragrance, you fetch a bit of your soap into a bowl, and then you add in your fragrance over there, because there is a chemical reaction between the fragrance and the soap which makes it watery. So after mixing the fragrance in the other bowl, then you pour it into your production. So I added 10 ml of my fragrance. You can use any preferred fragrance. So after adding fragrance, you leave it for the next 5 hours to settle. So when it settles down, you bottle it up. So this is my soap, my final product, and you can see that the soap came out very beautifully. and it smells so nice. You should use nice fragrance for your soap. And then this is my packaging bottle. I have 2 packaging bottles. I use this. So this is the uncolored production, and then this is my final production with rice milk. It foams very well, and after using it for about 2 weeks to a month, you can see that your skin will start glowing. It's natural. Why don't you do this at home to get some income and then to save money from buying all the time? Thank you for watching.